Dan here, DD Speed Shop, and today we're working on why are the hoods popped on all these actually? Nothing missing from that one. We're gonna do the truck. Nope. The Chevy 2 needs a little bit of work. Oh, here it is. So we're gonna work on this pile of Monte Carlo. So we got it mostly done in the last video. If Danny's putting these things in order, it's pretty tough to, well, I get what I pay for, I guess. But I hate the green. I just can't handle it. Everything we have is green or blue, and it drives me crazy right now. So I'm gonna rattle can this thing flat black. Like everything. Every piece of it's gonna be flat black. I'm ripping all the trim off. Hopefully, I think the trim might be hiding a few things that I did ugly below, but whatever. We're gonna wet sand it. The only thing I'm struggling with is the roof. It's got like, should I just paint this trim too? Or try and take this off? Yeah, well I don't know if I should try and take it off or not. Like I'm painting like everything. If it's on the car, it's gonna be black. Flat black, rattle can flat black. But first we gotta wash things. It's all covered in oil and stuff like that. And this paint's it's just too far gone to do anything. And you know what it really is I don't like it was brown underneath, which honestly I'm okay with green and I'm okay with brown, but brown coming through green, it's just, ugh. Like it's kind of got, I'm gonna use the word patina, but it's got some good kind of beater to it, but just the colors are not, they don't work for me. So we're gonna rip this thing around back and wash it real good. I'm gonna wet sand it just so the paint has something to bite to, not that we're gonna do any real body work to it. And I got some steel wool to go over all the trim and stuff like that. I guess it is this trim too we're gonna have to deal with, eh? I wonder if we should just blow it all off and then just sand it. I think that's the plan. I don't want this trim on it. It looks too old man-ish. But we'll play with it. We'll see what happens. We can always repaint the roof, I guess. Paint was cheap. Oh, it's hot. I think the battery's dead. Man. Oh yeah, the other thing is, so this thing, we were gonna do a test drive. We might still do it today. A couple of things have screwed up on it. The master cylinder or something is leaking, as well as it doesn't have power brakes. So I have a new setup going. This valve cover is pouring oil, so I got a set of valve covers on the way. And the shifter, the column shift doesn't work for crap. Something is stripped in it or something like that, so you can't pull low gear or it won't go into park, and there's a whole bunch of screwing around there. Oh, what's this? I just ordered a ratchet shifter for it. This thing is a little spicier. It does good burnouts and all that sort of stuff. I want to be able to make sure I can get in, first to second, and do all those sort of things and not be screwing around, because there actually is money in the motor in this thing. And as much as I pretend like I don't care, I actually don't want to blow this motor up, because whether it stays in this or not, I'm not really too sure. Every piece on this car is a direct bolt on the Chevelle if we want, so this could become a parts car next year if we want, after I drive it for the winter. Or I mean, whatever. Everything is good on this. It's a good rolling shell, so we can decide what we want to do with it. But that's the plan. So let's see if we can get her fired up. And it drags. It's low. It's very low. So we'll have to try not to rip up Danny's yard. She's a little particular about it. I'll be careful-ish, I promise. It got away from me a little bit. She's not happy. Oh. It's hot. So I kind of washed it a little bit. I ripped all the chrome off. Actually, I like it a lot better.
It already looks better, yeah.
Way less old man. Unfortunately, the trim that went around here, it actually had, I thought it would be like pop-in clips, but actually a little stud, so I ground them down. So, such as like, oh, dogs. I think all the rest of the chrome I'm gonna leave on there, because there's not a whole lot left. I'll take the taillights out of it, so I don't paint those. Whoa, this is original stuff. So up here, I haven't done this side yet. I gotta grind some little tabs off down there. I hit it just with some paint. Let's see how it, I just did it, so we'll see how it dries, but it's definitely rough. All I did was kind of just give it a little bit of the old razzle dazzle. And then up here I want to see what it's going to look like, because you're definitely going to see whatever, but I mean it'll be a 20, 30, 40 footer or something like that. Like you'll see where the whatever stuff was, but I'm going to paint all this, everything. Like it's going to be black. So just gonna let this bake in the sun. It's freaking hot out, so we'll see how this goes, but that turbo can sure covers in a hurry. So it's just going to be mask off the glass and whoosh, everything else will be flat black. Bumpers, grill, everything. We're gonna, like, that's it. Headlights, taillights, turn signal lenses, and the glass, everything else will be black. I'm sure it'll chip off and whatever, but luckily they sell that stuff by the turbo can. So let's toss it in the trunk and it's going to be what's going to be. This car's rough, let's be honest, but I think it'll look very cool. I feel like it dropped down a little bit more in the front even after we drove it a little. Like the suspension settling. So, yeah. And that bottom of that door is actually kind of, had a bunch of filler in it. So, I mean, we're not really, it needs a whole paint job. The flat black can't go wrong, and I don't know where you guys are at, but the green is just, I've had enough of it. What do you feel about the green? We tried to keep it by painting the vinyl top from white to black, but that didn't work out for me, so we're just gonna murder the whole thing out. And again, it's just kind of a fun hot rod. I did this years ago on my 72 Le Mans, blacked out everything, and I loved the way it looked. I would like, I should have brought it home last time I was in Manitoba. I don't know why I forgot, but I have a short hood scoop, like a 1.5 inches or something like that, that would fit on there. We could have just kind of done some gross body work, but we can always redo the hood later, and I think it'll look, that makes them look sharp. I like Monte Carlo. I like a fiberglass hood, but they're very expensive and very hard to find because A, nobody likes Monte Carlos, and B, no one hot rods them. So you have to kind of make your own stuff, or I think the hood's $1,000 plus shipping and screwing around and tariffs and waiting 6 months. Like, it's like, what time is it right now? We got to drive this thing this afternoon for a test video. It's 1:53. We still got to do a test drive video yet today, so you don't make money sitting around. So we're making progress. Danny's just rubbing everything down with like a Scotch-Brite deal. Anything that's the grill, anything that's shiny, just to give it a chance of maybe holding on some paint. I'm going over the whole thing with 220, and then we'll give it a Walsh. Yeah, it's a little streaky, but it'll blend, and then we'll just wash it and leave it outside and never touch it again. And it'll be something. And honestly, it looks a lot better already. Just, I should have taken the trim off honestly before I started cutting and grinding. But once it's all flat black, oh yeah, you can see all my swirl marks. But I'll have to wash this thing down real good. And the bottom of the door is pretty rough, so I guess we couldn't have left that. But flat black, this would be like a villain car. Yeah, one of your superhero movies. And then yes, all we're gonna do is we'll mask the glass, so you can get on that once I wash it, and then we'll have to, I think I'll just leave the lights in, and we'll just mask the lens, but everything else we'll paint it. Because if I take those out, then it's gonna be white, you know, really have contrast. So I fixed all the rust. I was worried that we have to leave the wheel trim on, but it actually looks pretty good. And once it's flat black, you'll never know. I'll never know. The roof's definitely gonna be a little goofy because it has this texture. I wish someone didn't do that in the past. But to sand that off today is, it's just not in the, it's not the plan. It's not in the cards. It just ain't happening. Oh yeah, so you got some scratches in there. Hopefully I'll grab some paint. You got all around here and everything, yeah?
No, I haven't done that yet.
And then, the only thing I was thinking about maybe we'll do is mask this guy and keep this guy chrome.
Oh, I already scratched the other one.
Ah, that's fine. What do you think, or should we just paint it black?
It should be black.
Okay, that's much easier. Is that because you're the one doing the masking? Oh yeah, and tail islands. So we'll take out the lenses front and back. I guess we could mask in there. You could just mask that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well I'm gonna give it one more sanding, and then I'll do the bottom of the doors because they gotta be done with something a little rougher. We'll wash it with a lot of clean water, and then we'll let it dry, which will happen in about 6 seconds because it's so friggin' hot out. And then paint it because it's perfect temperature for painting because it's this temperature. So we're basically all masked up. We got the glass, the headlights. I took the marker lights out. Danny's just doing that one. I blasted the door jambs right quick, and they're just black. It will be fine. We got the plate off of it. Danny did a little custom masking on the taillights there. Might be a little bit of paint on there, but it'll be fine. This thing's basically ready to rock. Man, the trim. Somebody who swapped me and paid like 50 bucks for all that. So there we go. Oh, I painted right over the serial number sticker. Oh well, it's fine. Protects it. So there we go. That's kind of the way that looks. Pretty happy with it. Just gotta figure out something to kind of hang on the wheels. I might just put like a garbage bag over it or something like that when I'm spraying it. Danny's sweating. She's working hard.
It is hot out.
It's very hot out. I gave the grill a quick once over because I wanted to get up underneath it a little bit, so it's kind of.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it didn't get a little gibbly. And you can see the paint on the chrome.
That already looks so cool.
Wow. It's gonna look. You know the villain car from the Punisher? No, not the villain car. His own car, the Punisher car. It was actually a GTO. I think it was a 68, 69 GTO. But it's got it'll have similar vibes. So if you like enemy villain cars, this is what you're gonna like. So I'm stoked on it. Well, there we go. Progress. All right. We're in a well-ventilated area outside. So we just pushed it back into the gravel so we don't want to stain up the tarmac. You know, you didn't do the front lenses.
I'll go do them real quick.
Go get some waters. Okay, got the gun loaded up. Danny's drinking on the job. Oh, a Perrier. So I think what the plan is. Oh, there's a. How am I gonna? A piece of grass clippings. I think I'm gonna do the hood, both sides. It's gonna dry so fast. I want to try and do that. Stop kind of on the edge. We'll probably do the same with the roof or something like that, or at least kind of work our way around. So otherwise, I think we'll have big streaks. Stuff's pretty crazy, eh?
Yeah.
It definitely smells different than regular spray paint too. So I would recommend, yeah, being outside or at least attempt some sort of a. I might go back and forth. Ventilation. Honestly, it doesn't even matter how bad it looks because it'll look better than it did. I actually don't mind it with all the trim off of it.
Well, every time you change one thing about it, it does get a little bit better. So.
Hopefully this last thing we're changing is going to make it the best. Because we're kind of committed at this point. Look how fast it's already dried. That's kind of amazing. Watch out. Try and put it on.
It's like 35 degrees out today.
Yeah. It's drying so fast it looks kind of streaky, but it does go through a lot of paint here. Hopefully we brought enough. We're already through one can.
Remember when I told you we should get all 8?
Yeah, we got 6.
Somebody said they're 30 bucks a piece.
Well, they are 30 bucks a piece. It was $200. Whoops.
Definitely looks streaky.
Yeah, but it'll dry. Or it needs one more coat. That's it for this can. Wow. We might be running back to get some more. You want to go into town anyways, you get a drink, go sit in the air conditioning.
Yeah. I'd like to go to the furthest Canadian Tire where there's dirty sodas.
Uh-huh.
It does look really cool from like across my lawn. It looks mean.
Flat black does that. I feel like it's going to need a few little touch-ups.
Bubble in here.
Where? I think it's just rust.
Well,
Wonder.
I guess do this first coat, let it dry, we'll go get more.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. This should cover pretty quick because it's already black. Probably should have started in the center. So it's going to be what it's going to be, and then the problem with the hood was it was really porous. Like it had a bunch of rust and stuff. Whew, man, you sure smell this paint even though we're outside. I just love black and ruining a perfectly good car. Luckily, this one's not perfectly good. It was just mediocrely good, but yeah, we might have to leave the back half for and come back. This stuff, holy moly, does it go on though? 50% coverage. So
Ain't mine.
once you go over it, yeah. I've always, like, we have Tremclad in Canada, but it's Rust-Oleum. It's a good product. Okay, so that's kind of another can in the can. So we have 2 left. No, just 2 in there still. And we might be able to pull it off with at least 1 coat on the whole deal. I wanted to pretend like I cared about masking the tire, or at least not get on that. That got hot in a hurry. She done. Oh, I got 2 here. So we've used 3.
There's 1 or 2 on there.
Yeah, one's kind of half done. We'll be on the ragged edge.
That is the way we live here at DD's Speed Shop.
The wind's kind of picking up all of a sudden. Oh, oops, that was a big run.
Oh,
You might want to stand downwind. I feel like the first coat will go on, then it'll be... We'll have to get some touch-ups after. Well, this one kind of went gibbled. Man, it's just drying so fast. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you gotta do this. That's right there.
I think it just dried, didn't it? Hopefully it doesn't dry crazy streaky. Otherwise, we can always just wash it with a barkeeper's friend, and that'll kind of do something. What it'll do, I don't really know, but
It'll do.
it will do. Oh, probably shouldn't rub that in a bunch of dust before I spray over it, eh? Whoops. Feather those.
Little accidents.
Feather those runs out. Happy little accidents.
You gotta get this section here.
The accident spot. Okay. I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think we're running to town and getting another one. Otherwise, we're gonna try and stretch this out. You were right. I know. Well, mind you, I did. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do these lights here.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint over those. The wind is blowing, and I want to spray here. Yeah, the problem is the deck lid and the hood are going to require 2 coats because they're so sun faded. They're really not happy. Looks cool. Little tiger stripey. Actually, it's starting to
even out.
even out. Yeah, even out like the.
I got this.
You just said you hated it.
The girl can't change her mind?
Well, I guess.
Well, that was mean and less old man.
I had a vision. It's an art project. Okay. Ah, we might have just enough paint here because we got 1 full can in the garage still. And really, if you got me that. You didn't tape that. Just putting some hopes and dreams in there.
Pretty much. Spray down. Oh, I've got tape on my wrist.
It's a good thing you're pretty.
I'm filming and taping all at the same time, and you can't even tell.
All right. We'll just fix that with a razor blade. Look at this. Look at this. What the? Usually you, well, here, hold this can. You know, this is probably how Murph feels when he's messing with me.
You're welcome.
Where I'm ready to be like, let's just paint. He's still masking. I'm like, let's go. I just don't have the patience for these things.
What? You always say I take too long. I went fast, you know. Just going faster, cut corners.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out there, but if I think you've cut too many corners, you've really cut too many corners. I can't wait to like unmask this thing the second the last drop of paint goes on too. Give it that 2-hour dry time.
Honestly, it's probably all it needs in this heat.
In this heat. Well, really, the only thing we kind of care about is the glass, and even that, it's a razor blade and a what's it called, steel wool. Away from being fine.
Wow, we've literally just spent 15 minutes talking.
Well, that's what happens. I'm pretty sure if Chip Foose paints things or whatever, kind of that paint marker thing again, people want to watch them every minute, every second. People might get a tip out of this or what not to do, you know?
It's all education.
Whoops.
Knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do.
Yeah. So by that logic, we're a bit of an educational channel, just the wrong way.
Or the right way.
There's a big run there. Whoops. Honestly, we nailed it. We have 1.5 cans left. Yeah, it's just so porous here. Actually, we gotta do the inside of the trunk. I didn't pop that. Okay, we got one more can to hit any little touch-ups. I want to make sure I get the bumpers again, get under them so I can see I didn't get them all. So the sound didn't work in the last clip. I don't know who was at fault, but it wasn't me. So
It wasn't me.
oh, must have been the sound guy. So we unmasked it, and I talked about how awesome this thing looks now, and it had like the big reveal and how it looks like a...
I'll still put the clip in. I'll just put some music over it.
Really? That's kind of lame. But it has like villain vibes, which I love. I did miss a little bit of the headlight up here. I'm noticing that now as I'm sitting down on the job. But it still has some streaks in it, which could be an application error, or I'm going to blame the sun. That the car was just too hot and it was kind of baking as it was going on. So, which is fine, because we want this thing to look ratty anyway. So my plan was, well, it's still kind of, you know, tacky. I was going to hit it with some of this Comet and just let it all kind of do its thing and have some ugly white spots and stuff like that. Oh, the bottom of that fender's still green, for crying out loud. I missed that altogether.
Yeah.
I do have that can still in there. Maybe I'll give it a quick spritz. Ow, this poked me in the butt. What the? Yow! So I just put some fresh paint on, so we're gonna add some water to the mix. But I want to just kind of let it down. I don't know if this will do anything or not, but it'll make me feel better. Let's be honest, that's all that really matters. That's why we're all here, right? Is to make Dan feel better. So I'm thinking it'll give it that kind of aged look. Oh, that's what I was saying in the no sound video, was I don't like a fresh flat black paint job. I think it looks like you're trying too hard, as opposed to this when we're trying too hard. I'm hoping I'll just kind of do this. It'll give it some white grossness to it, a little age. And we'll probably just let this thing sit in the sun for a little bit longer. I was gonna, well, we gotta move the other car. I want to put some alignment. Oh, I didn't mention the alignment either. It's got after driving around a little, it's hard to remember everything I talk about, Danielle, because it's so important all the time. But we set up the camber. I drove it up down the street a little bit. It went through the gears. It was fine. We were going to go for a test drive, actually, and then somehow we got sidetracked painting it black. I don't know how that happened. But obviously now when driving it, it must have dropped down a little bit more in the suspension, so it's actually very low, like it bottoms out and all sorts of stuff. And the camber has really got jacked up, so we gotta adjust that just a hair. Oh, we're out of hose. If only this thing ran and drove and we can move it up. Do we just let it like wet and then completely leave it, or do we try and get some of it off? What do you think?
This is your area of expertise.
Well, I am pretty good at what I do.
Yes.
We need to make it look like it was just sitting outside and forgotten and beat and all that.
I do think it looks very good.
Do you? We need some sort of a hood emblem.
I told you what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah. I just gotta forge that out of steel and it'll be fine. This thing actually, you know, the death-proof duck, I should order one of those. I think Amazon has them. You know, the fighting duck, or maybe smoking a cigar. I forget what it was there, but look at this. What a very cool car. Needs some bigger tires in the back. This thing's gonna be a ripper, babe. You're gonna love driving this thing. That's the other thing I talked about, was this thing now is gonna have lots of power, but still be really linear, easier to drive with a stock converter. And power steering, power brakes. Power brakes show up in a couple days, the new booster and stuff, so we'll get that all figured. Oh, you didn't take the tape off the... Well, I didn't get the bottom of that bumper either. Still got some shine to it. It's hard to tell. You know what it is? Parking on the asphalt or the whatever, it reflects black and looks dark. But, okay. Are we gonna let this dry off and see what it looks like and then come back and finish off this video?
Yeah.
And then we'll go get something to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me shoot you the hose.
Don't. This actually, it looks good with the comic spray.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see the little, which I honestly, I didn't really actually think that it was going to make much difference.
What? You didn't trust me?
Nope.
Well, I believe there's a few people. You know, probably like it'll dry, then we'll kind of wipe it with a paper towel or something just to kind of take some.
That has a lot.
Yeah. Well, that was farther away to spray, you know.
Oh, there's a bunch of green here still.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get in there. I gotta pop the trunk and do that, and then between the bumper and everything.
That's all green.
Okay, well, let's not be too critical here. I mean, it's this Windex you gave me is not Windexing. That's on the inside from when I dyed the interior. I dyed a little bit of glass as well. Accident. But you know what all you do is you put a little Schwindex on it, and then a razor blade just takes it right off. See? People always freak out about my lack of
But isn't it just scratching it?
preparedness. No. My lack of preparedness, but you can either mask it ahead of time or do a little bit of cleanup in the end. I think it's all the same amount of effort, and I don't have patience for proper masking. So here we are. See, look, it's This thing needs its windows tinted so bad.
Yes, I agree.
Like a legal amount. I don't know what the legal limit is here.
Whatever it is, that's what the tinted means.
The problem is, I'm thinking that it's Manitoba. It was 50% on the side windows. And I think you can go as dark as you want. Is this on the inside? As dark as you want on the backs and stuff. But this being a hard top, like this window and that, it looks goofy when this window's a different tint than that one. So I'll have to see what the guy recommends. I don't actually think it has to be crazy tinted, just a little bit. I mean, it's got a black interior. The whole car is black and everything. I think you could probably get away with a 50% tint would probably look pretty decent as far as I'm concerned. So everything's kind of still tacky and whatnot, but clean this up. I don't think I ever cleaned the inside of this window, so it's probably gonna be gross on the, man, this Windex, Danielle. Did you pay extra for the shrinkflation one?
Probably.
You have to take this apart and rebuild it. Oh, maybe some of the paint's actually on the outside. So I have to get in there. Nice. No need for that. Oh, what is this? It's been on there since we got the car. Somebody else had the idea. It should be black. But, okay, I'm just gonna kind of clean this thing up. So we'll probably wait till it all dries, wipe it down a little bit, get some of the real ugly kind of staining off of it. That did nothing. If I could get this a little damp, it would pick it up in the paper towel. But yeah, see how it's gonna do all this if you just kind of give it away, give it some of that chalky look, and then what you're left with is the kind of spots and stuff. Huh? Pretty good making stuff look crappy good. That's pretty cool. Ugh. Sits low. Needs some love. So we kind of wiped it all down. It looks a little less splotchy. It needs to sit outside. Now the real question is, do we leave the caps on or do we take them off like I did on this side? To just steel wheels with no caps, just all black.
Well, obviously steel wheels.
No caps. All right, we'll go on something else. So it needs, in my mind, it needs a bigger rear tire. I like when it has like a something not wider but taller, so it feels the wheel well a little bit. These are already 275s, so it's decent size. And then I missed a little bit on the other door we gotta take care of. I'm iffy on the roof. It's kind of a little bit too textured. I don't know if it'll show up on camera from far away, but up close it looks kind of gross and whatnot, but it's cool. I mean, it's got the beater look, that's for sure. I don't really know what I want. I didn't like it green. I don't know how I feel about it all black. I mean, this is what it is now, but the only thing we ruined in this whole deal would be, I mean, maybe the front bumper. Everything, I mean, everything else you can kind of brush all the paint off or whatever it may be, and there's all the trim is easy to get. The back bumper's already hooped. I mean, it is what it is. I also actually have extra taillights and all sorts of stuff like that that's not ruined. So worst case, if you don't like it, a set of bumpers, which you need anyways, and some trim. But even if you don't like it, the best part is, I think it's okay and my name's on the title. So that's all that really matters in this situation. I think tinting the windows will make a big difference. It's been a long time since I tinted the windows in anything before, but there you go. It is what it is. If we ever want to paint it some other color, we absolutely can. But for now, it is what it is. A running, driving Monte Carlo. How many of those do you see? Just kind of, this is like your sleeper for sure. It'll blaze tires, it'll have some fun. Just kind of looks like a beater in the parking lot. Ace Ventura would be proud. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.